What you got?
Hey, Doug. The third quarter they started on a little bit of a run on you guys. You called that early timeout. Just curious, like, what you were trying to impart there and how pleased you were with the way the team responded after what happened the other night in Phoenix.
I was pleased with the response, but, I made a concerted effort at halftime to talk about this. This is something that we have to be a good third quarter team. That has to be one of the tenets that, especially in our building, you come in here and we have to come out with the proper energy and force, especially in that first 5 minutes.
Zach talked a little bit about when he was in here, just how important it was just to get a win. Would you consider this one of those games where you guys just fought, and it was one of those games where coming out with the win, maybe it wasn't the cleanest game, but getting that win is a big stepping stone for you guys?
Well, I think that one of the signs of a good team and a team that is starting to come together is that you win ugly as well. It's not always going to be pretty. You win ugly. This one tonight, though, it was a team win. I can go down this. Dario coming in, playing some minutes. Malik he gave us a life vest in the third quarter. Drew coming in for Domas. Russell, fantastic minutes. Keon continues to shine. Zach saying leave Malik in because he's rolling. DeMar coming out for a few minutes. Isaac giving minutes. Domas coming back off an injury, and Dennis just playing a fantastic game. Like, you go down that, and I told them this is what we need on a night-to-night basis. It's not going to always be pretty, but it has to be team over everything.
Doug, does it help to reinforce the message and the identity to win a game on the defensive end with Schroeder's stop at the end?
Absolutely. If you guys watched, this team scored 130 points, I think, versus a really good defensive Clippers team. And for us to come in and hold them to 3 20-point quarters and only one 30-point quarter just signifies that it's possible. You can do it. Now the consistency with which you approach that is going to be the most important piece to the puzzle. So can we put the ball in the basket? Yes, but we must defend and rebound the basketball.
Doug, speaking of defense, what was your thought process when you put Russ on Markkanen in the fourth?
Russ is, first of all, he's a veteran, so he knows how to play. One thing that I know about Russ is he's going to be highly physical and he's going to be highly competitive. And when you're fighting through screens and all those things, like, he's not going to get screened. And if it is, it's most likely maybe moving, illegal, but he's going to fight through them. There's a couple different ways to stick a player like Laurie because he is so good. I mean, he can shoot the basketball. One is to crawl up underneath him, and that's kind of what we're doing with a smaller player. He's just a heck of a player, but, Russ's competitiveness and greatness in that moment was what we went with.
Out-rebounded tonight, but you managed to nearly even out the field goal attempts by forcing turnovers. How much do you want that to be part of the identity of this team?
Well, for us, it hasn't got there yet, but there are two ways for extra possessions. One is offensive rebound. We need to be better. And the other is creating turnovers. And those are the two things that I've talked to them about many times. It's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be a part of who we are. And we just have to continue to define our identity nightly. And if we play to our identity, we give ourselves a chance.
Doug, we talked about the size of this team. They're basically 3 7-footers, and Domas comes back and outworks two of them for that rebound and the putback at the end. How big was that, and what does that say about him and the way he competes?
Man, I can't say enough about Domas. Like, first of all, he wants to come back. That's huge. That says a lot about who he is and what he's about. And then, I told him, don't know what the stretches are going to be, but communicate with me and let me know, because this is your first game, and the conditioning factor. But he looked great. I thought that he did a heck of a job. He was aggressive, but we missed him on the backboard, and lo and behold, he goes in and gets an incredible rebound for us at a time when we needed it desperately. So just really, really excited and pleased to see the big fella back in the building.
Some have compared Malik for this team to what Bobby Jackson was for your guys' squad back in the day. One, do you agree with that comparison? And two, how important is it to have an energizer, not just for your team, but to get the arena and the fans going as well?
Yeah, it's huge. Bobby likes to shoot more than Malik, which is crazy, out of control. But you need that. You need somebody to come in and be aggressive off of the bench. It's for our team, we had a bench mob. We had a whole thing happening. We're getting there. And we will. But, when Malik is playing at a really high level, using his energy, and, he doesn't always in that second unit have to handle the basketball. And I like that because it allows him to find gaps and openings and for him to get some free open looks as opposed to playmaking all the time for everybody. And it balances things out for him, allows him to be aggressive on closeouts and I've told him this, I can remember saying it last year, he's 2 or 3 feet behind the line. I want him to shoot that, and he did tonight, and he knocked it down.